Hello, people. Yes, let me tell you, this has been the most frustrating attempt to get a second look out of the limoncello. And it's not because of the palette. First, if you remember from the last one, it has been sweaty season, something fierce around here, and we have a dead air conditioner. We still have a dead air conditioner, but someone has granted us the grace to have a row of cool days after several large storms came through. Thank you. And I said, okay, let me do this. So I sat down the other day, and I got the lights up and everything. And then when I went to run the film back, I discovered I had been talking to this camera, and the camera on the little laptop had defaulted back to itself. And so we had lovely pictures of my right ear. So much fun. It was delightful. Yeah. Anyway, all that work went right out the window. Yes, everybody makes mistakes now and then. Some of us more often than others. Anyway, it's like in the low 70s currently, and I am going to be forever grateful for it. Now, I've already got started. I did most of the base, and I got my eyebrows on, and I took a little bit of concealer, and usually this particular spot is like so dark that it looks like this end of my eyebrow is like this huge blob because of the deep shadow here, because I've got a loose little bulge there. It's like, yeah, no fun, no fair. Anyway, one more time. We will see how this goes. Now, there are not a lot of not so brown or such colors in this palette as mattes. So this one's kind of a pinky brown. I'm going to use this to start with, and then I'm going to chase down this one and this one, and maybe this one. We shall see. Anyway, let's get this party started. I've got places to be, things to do, people to annoy. Now this one is called Semi-Fredo. Let's see if I can remember to start this on the correct side, since I am right-handed. And yes, I have remembered to put on my eye primer. I've been forgetting it lately. I don't know why. Getting old or something. Well, that, and I haven't been wearing a lot of makeup because of the heat. Because even if I did have a working air conditioner, all I would need to do is step out the door, and I would be in a world of sweat. We currently got humidity issues where the humidity goes up to almost 100%. Now that's a number. Okay. That's looking pretty good. Whee! close this up this way. So, how's everybody else been doing? No, really. How you been doing? This is the only way I can keep up with most of you. Da, 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 da. Okay. I think I'm about done with that bit. Drag a little bit down into the corner here, kind of for the heck of it. We all know about heck of it. Now, this is going to be as simple a look as I can get it, and still have some color. Alright, enough of that one. Yes, I've got my little rag down here. Yes, I crochet little rags. It's fun that way. Okay, let's see. Let me find little spritz, and I'm going to start with the sour apple green called Capri, and I'm going to spritz it. Yes, you have to hold your face in the right position to be able to do this. You have to kind of twist your mouth just right. Get your tongue in the right place. And all of that. Now, see, I have defaulted myself right back to the right side first. Can't teach me nothing. And yes, my hair is all over my head. And yes, I trimmed the sides back because it was getting too hot to leave too much hanging around on top of my head, or on the sides anyway. So I got rid of some of the sides, trimmed up the top a little bit, yeah, that's looking pretty good. Yeah, this side looks shinier because the lights are better on this side. However, if you were sitting here, I believe I'm probably about even. Clean that off a little bit. Now that one's called Capri. Anyway, I took a shower this morning, washed my hair, laid back down for a few minutes, which means I put my CPAP back on. And my CPAP and my hair fight. They fight. They just do. Got this silly headpiece that wraps around the top of my head and comes down here, so you get these dents. I was laying on this side of my face, so these are worse. Okay. I'm going into Serenade now, which was that bright yellow. Do do do. Doodly doodly doo. Kind of smear it back and forth here so we don't have an absolute sharp line twixt and tween. Do doodly doo. Now that it's a little bit cooler, at least for another few more days according to the weather report, which I only partly believe. You know about weather reports. Their guess is as good as ours. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of that yeller and I'm going to go down here just a bit. I'll probably also go down and put some more of that semi-Fredo in there. Do. Yeah, I'm doing all this, and then I'm going to be doing a great thing. It's going to be so much fun, and it'll be worth doing all of this stuff for it. I have to drive my sister to the dump. No, really. Yes, I know. The dump. Okay, this one is now touring, which is that little kind of peachy color that's on there. And I think it will look real good. Excuse me. Breakfast is speaking back. It's like, no burp, no burp. I currently mostly have the snuffles under control, at least for a few more minutes. Let's not start with the burps. Yeah, it's kind of creamy peachy in the pan, and then it comes out more creamy on the eye. And I'm going to just kind of pull it down and around to kind of meet up with the yellow. Yellow is called Serenade, if I haven't mentioned that already. And the creamy peach is called Touring, not Turin, Touring. Now, I think I'm going to take a little bit of that Touring and go right up here. Kind of like that. Whee! Not too awful. That's looking pretty good. Alrighty, let's see how much more I can get at. That's what's left of my favorite tight line pencil. That's it. I may have to order another one or something. It's getting a little difficult because it's so short I can't get my normal angle going. Not too bad. I will probably take one of the darker colors in the pan and do a powder line across the eyelashes. Got this sort of an appley green. Warm it up on the back of my hand a little bit. Okay, that's about enough of that. I'll be right back. A couple more minutes is about what I got. Do. There we go. A little tiny tip. Okay. Let's use the Vespa, which is the deepest brown in here. Well, it looks brown and it also looks kind of a deep wine, so I have trouble deciding which color it is. However, for this job, I'm not worried about precisely what color it wants to claim itself. Do. I know. We end up with lots and lots of quiet spots when I'm trying to put stuff on. Quite frankly, I'm considering doing this bit completely silent and doing a voiceover when I put it on to be edited. Do. I know. We end up with lots and lots of quiet spots when I'm trying to put stuff on. Quite frankly, I'm considering doing this bit completely silent and doing a voiceover when I put it on to be edited, so that we don't have quite so much of my concentration, lack of communication. What you think? Would that be good? Yeah, that's why I started putting a lot more of my base work on before I turn the camera on, because yeah, some of my vids are very, very long, but there's like very, very long spaces where I don't say anything, which is like boring. Alrighty. Incredicurl. Yes, we all know I am the Elfie girl. They don't know me. They don't send me stuff. Currently, everything I use, I've either bought myself or someone has said, here, you need this. Do. I'm kind of fond of this particular mascara. I seem to be able to find my little tiny lashes after I use it. Do. Barely touched my nose with the wand and survived. No big bloop. Now, I'm going to stick a bit of setting spray down so I get the eyes covered. Let's give it a little swoosh in here so it's not such a harsh line. Alrighty, I'm going to call that good. This is the e.l.f. All Set for Sun in the Sun Touchable line with another layer of 45. I put layers and layers and layers because with the things like the Halo Glow Skin Tint that says it's got SPF. It may have SPF, but the little tiny bit of it that you need to do your face coverage is nowhere near the amount of product that you need for actual SPF coverage. Stuff sets down really fast. It doesn't stay wet, which makes me happy. I don't have to sit here with a fan and fan it until everything dries. But man, A little bit of the alcohol smell goes a long way. Now, let's slap a mouth on here. Okay. Elf Cream Glide Lip Liner. And I can't read the rest of it. There's a problem with needing glasses. Especially when you get to a point where you can't really wear contacts. At this point, if I wore contacts, I'd have to wear a long distance in one side and a near distance in the other side and train my eyes to see, to switch off. And I said, thanks anyway, just give me the glasses. Now, this is the Elf Lip Lacquer. Let's see if I can read this one. Orange Bloom. The bronzer and blush are from the Elf Camo line. And anybody who hasn't ever run into, you know, a nice big doe foot like this, little SMR, sorry about that, but I just had to. My contribution to the SMR community. Because when you pull the thing out, it goes, and then you put it back in it, it goes, awful. Funny, but awful. Alrighty. Now, since I have sprayed the face, now I'm going to put on just a wee bit of highlight, because I like to have the highlight not get necessarily dimmed down by the setting spray. It happens with some of them, not all of them, but if I'm going to be bothered to put the highlight on, you know, I want it to show. Now, this is the Elf Halo Glow Beauty Wand Champagne Campaign. Now, some people absolutely despise these little tubes. I'm okay with them. They're not everybody's cup of tea. Some people are concerned because you can't really close them, except the way these are done, when you screw the lid back on, it pushes the little thing that's got the split here, it pushes it down. So I'm rather fond of this particular shade. Just a little bit. It's not bright. It's not so dull that you can't see it. Kind of runs about the way you want it to. Do to see, I really do have eyelashes. Hate that. Yes, I stuck the brush in my eye and got a splotch on my cheek. Yeah, a little better. And once it dries down a little more, or maybe it is dry enough now. Hate that. Yes, I stuck the brush in my eye. And got a splotch on my cheek. There, a little better. And once that dries down a little more, or maybe it is dry enough now, little bitty clean spoolie. You can just flick it off. You can use a brush if you want, but I think the spoolie works better. Some people like it, some people don't. Managed to get that side a little clumpy. They're not as fanned. Anyway, this is it. This is what I did. Several times now. Am I cute? Now, let me know what you think. No, really. Tell me what you think. Should I have done something different? Do you like me better in other colors? If you do, that's fine, but this is what I was working with. And I'm very happy to have it. So, there we go. Yeah, if you like me in other colors, or want to see me try other colors, let me know. We can discuss it. Take care of yourself and each other. Keep your hopes up. Don't cause trouble. I'm saving the bail money for myself. Bye.